Hello everyone, and welcome to part 62 of the Abigail Freeman story. Sorry, let us begin. So, Abigail was still in her office once again. She had just woken up from yesterday's sleep, obviously, and she was ready to write the next chapter of the book. So that's what she did. She's now in her office as you hear me speaking. So she is very happy to write about this chapter. So she picks up her pencil and she begins writing. She says in the book, I remember my second day of school not being as nervous as the first day. She then goes on to say, I was very excited to go to my second day of school because this day I was going to have my first history class. Because the first day my first day it was all about math, and I had no time to learn about history yet. So I went downstairs after I got dressed. I went to eat some cereal. My mom was obviously cooking some breakfast. Unfortunately for me, because I wanted to just eat my cereal and not have any more time being wasted. Well, when I should have been at school already, because the school bus was coming in about 8 minutes at that point. So, but luckily, the breakfast was for her and her new boyfriend at the time, Franklin, who is actually the brother of my principal, she says in the book. I said, does she know about this? And then she says, well, yes. Okay, no problem. And then I got some milk. Well, actually, I got a bowl, got some milk, and I poured the milk in the cereal, of course. I sat on the couch, ate one, and watched TV, which was playing the news. And fortunately for me, I ate the cereal just in time for the bus to arrive. That pink school bus to arrive just in time. So I opened the door, say goodbye to my mom, and I went on the bus and sat next to Abigail like I always did. We were talking about yesterday's class and yesterday's school day. Also, talking about celebrity news, what was happening at the plays and stuff like that. When the same girls who was bullying that kid and poured spaghetti on him, that one yesterday. Decided that they were going to mess with us. I told them we are having a conversation, and I would appreciate it if you didn't interrupt that. And Beatrice, my school bully, had the gall to slap me in the face. But me, being a great person in my mind, decided to not attack her, and I decided to call the bus driver. That was hard for me to say. The bus driver. Yes, got it. And I told him what was happening. He promptly kicked Beatrice out and, drove around her, which at the time was fine, but now would never fly today at all. There was a, looking back, was a regrettable situation. Fortunately for Beatrice, as I understand it, she called, her mom, after that incident, all of a sudden she was at school. As we were coming into school, her mom dropped her off, but we're not there yet. So we were driving into school when a person who needed a ride stopped the bus and got on. I was a little bit afraid. I had a terrible feeling about that, but I kept it to myself, as I would do for the rest of my, teenage life. Until, anyway, you don't know yet. Anyway, I was very nervous about this guy who just decided to go on the school bus with a couple of teenage kids. It was very weird. And, but luckily he didn't do anything that would send him straight to jail, fortunately for him and us, obviously. And we got off of the bus safely. We said goodbye to the bus driver, and she was talking to the guy who got on the bus. And all of a sudden, and this is quite funny, she starts making out with him. So I was like, what the hell? Okay, I guess. So I just laughed. We all just laughed. We opened the school doors and we walked in. We went to our prospective classes. The principal called me over and said, how are you? I'm fine. Well, the bus is not going to be, actually, no. The bus driver is not going to be taking you to your house. You are going to be spending time with me, and also me and Margaret and you are going to be spending some time together. By the way, you're not in trouble. I'm just going to tell you that. I am here as a friend of your mom and as a friend of you, hopefully. Not as a principal, this is a separate thing, but as a friend of you and your principal. Well, you and your mom, of course. And your dad. Okay, I'm so sorry. I know that you're having a difficult time with your father due to the incident that happened a couple months back when you were 12. Don't worry. I'm not gonna talk about it if you don't want me to. Great. I need to get to class. I'm really excited about this history class. I really want to go, so I'll see you in your house, I guess. Well, great. That's awesome. So she left to go to the history class. She gets there, she's early, obviously. Margaret is also there, sitting down next to next to her, next to Abigail. And the rest of the school buddies were awaiting Beatrice's arrival. And she shortly thereafter arrives and immediately starts making fun of Abigail's blonde hair, she says in the book. So she starts making fun of my hair, and I am very upset about this, but I don't give in, obviously. And that's when, as we were learning about the cowboy days, as I like to call it. And you know what? I would really love to make a movie about that. About Sweet Town back in the Old West. And about what that was like. But so far, I haven't gotten, answers from I haven't gotten answers from the History Museum about that time. I haven't gotten a call back. So I'm going to have to wait a little bit longer. But anyway, so we were learning about that, and after that, it was time to go back to math class. So I went to my math class, and that's when, of course, Beatrice and the rest of her friends decided to try to beat me up. Fortunately for us, Patrick, or Ricky Mack, rather, decided to step in on our behalf. Whilst we got out of there immediately, went to math class, and we learned about math, which was very awesome for me, because I love math. After that, we went to the cafeteria to eat some lunch. But that's when my mom came in right as I was going to the cafeteria and said to me, "Hey, I'm taking you out of school today." Why? Well, I feel like we should have a talk. I have very important news to tell you. Oh, okay. Okay. No problem. And that was it. So I went to the car and we drove home. And after that, we were driving home. She says, So how are you doing as a new student here? I am okay. Why did you call me out of school, Mom? Well, I just wanted to spend time with you. That's weird. Don't worry, you're not in trouble. I just wanted to spend some time with you, that's all. Oh, okay. And that's it. We arrived home, and we of course arrived home, and that's when I saw it. My mom, my dad, and my aunt was talking about, basically, it was a day that I never really forgot. And a day that I want to, actually. It was a very horrible day. It was a day that they told me that my grandma died. So, a grandmother I did not know existed, by the way. So I walked into the house. She's about to cry, and I am very, very confused. She said, she sat me down, and she said, Abigail, I have some horrible news. Your grandma died. You don't know about her yet. You don't know about her. You see, a long time ago, me and my mom had fallen out for a couple of years. I wanted to marry this guy who's not your father. Little did she know how right she was about him, but that's besides the point. Anyway, we have fallen out. We have not gotten along for ever since I started dating him. And unfortunately, we had just gotten back to become mother and daughter and friends. Again, me and your aunt had talked to her. Way before she died, when I was about to have you, actually. And we made up before I had you. We reconciled, and you were born. She wanted to get there, but shortly thereafter she fell ill of a horrible disease that made you sick. What is that supposed to mean? There's a lot of diseases that make you sick, Mom. I don't narrow it down for me. Narrow it down for me, girl. What are you talking about? Well, the doctors didn't know what it was either, and we were left in the dark, so I can't do that for you as much as I want to. And then my dad chimed in and said, well, the funeral is tomorrow. Do you need any dresses? I think I have what I need. Okay. After that, my mom started crying. And I hugged her. My aunt and my father left. And I just spent the rest of the night or the afternoon hugging my mom when she cried. And that was it. Abigail started crying again. And then she said to herself, oh boy, that was a heavy story. I did not write that out. Holy crap. So she got up from her chair, wiped the tears from her eyes, or the rest of it anyway, and left the office. She closed the door behind her. She went to the kitchen table or the dinner table. She sat down and she ate dinner with her wife. And that was it. To be continued. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, leave a like or a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel once again. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye for now.